Good afternoon. Welcome to your weekly current affairs program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. It's another edition that promises to be enlightening, educative, and of course, entertaining. My name is Ego Sagmulao, welcoming you to this week's edition of the talk show. I must also tell you that I have very distinguished personalities with me today who will join to dissect the topic that we have at hand. Before I introduce them, let me allow you into what we'll be looking at on this week's edition of the program. It is the recent increase in cases of rape and, of course, the attendant protests all over the country. I must tell you that so many Nigerians are very, very disheartened. They are very, very unhappy with what has happened recently. It all started in Benin City recently with the death of a Uniben 100 level student, Uwaila. That triggered a series of protests. Before we knew it, there was another rape case of a girl raped and allegedly murdered in Ibadan. That triggered another protest. Now the presidency is interested. The National Assembly is interested. Nigerians, women of different professions are all taken to the streets protesting against sexual and gender violence. Now, they're also calling for stiffer punishment for rape. Some people believe that probably because it is perceived that the consequences of rape is not stiff enough, probably that's why it's not being deterred. Well, my guest will do justice to that. Let me introduce Apostle Heavis Agbonaima. Nice to have you on the show today.
God bless you, sir.
Okay.
You're welcome.
We also have in the studio a regular face on this program and a former governorship candidate in the 2016 Edo State governorship election, Bishop Akalame. Nice to have you with us.
Good afternoon, international. Good afternoon, viewers.
You are welcome. So, call for stiffer punishment for rape is what we are looking at. Like I told you, Nigerians are here to get over what happened to the Benin girl, Uwaila, Uniben student, who went to a church to read and eventually raped and murdered. The police is on top of the situation. The new commissioner of police is on top of the situation. And we understand that the suspect is in custody. Investigation is on. Other rape cases, the police is doing what is necessary. We hope to get results. Well, let's just start with Bishop Akalame to talk on this issue. Now, so many Nigerians are calling for stiffer punishment. What's your own take on all of this?
Thank you very much, my very good friend.
Yes.
It's so disheartening, so bad, very ugly situation that we are seeing today in Nigeria. I look at it critically. Why do we have to get to the level we are today in terms of rape, where people now stick sex? I ask myself some questions rhetorically.
Okay.
I came to the conclusion that what has happened in our society is moral decadence. I point to you, my brother, that so many parents have failed in their duties and responsibilities in bringing up their children. I have done my research too, and I discovered that today, you will see a man get married to a woman, bear the woman 6 children, after which the man will bother the woman with the 6 children, with the 5 children, go outside there and remarry another woman again. About the children with the woman will now suffer to raise the children in her own capacity. Then the male children that are there, by the time they're now of age, they now feel that, this suffering is not too much for our mother. They will not hit the street. They grow up in the street all by themselves. Then they will not get to know how to take alcohol, how to take marijuana, and also all manner of things. Before you know it, nobody taught them about life. They were not taught about morals. They don't know what is wrong. They don't even know what is right. They grew up all by themselves in the society. such children, they become a problem to society. By the time they drink, they take all manner of drugs. The next thing that comes to their mind is sex. Because they're not rational enough, they begin to look for where they can steal it. Steal it. They stick sex. So they go anywhere to do that. Now, the issue is this. In my own personal perspective, as regard to how we can curb this, it's very straightforward. I don't care what people will feel, but that is my own personal perspective.
Yeah, go ahead, yes.
If we must curb the issue of rape in Nigeria, and I'm happy, and I've seen about RT organizations moving out there. I'm so happy. See people do a lot of things to see how we can stop this. But if I want to recommend to the government, this is what they will do. When you are caught in these acts of rape, the young man should be castrated. Let them remove your testes. Once they remove your testes, then they will jail you for 24 years. They will jail you for 24 years. When you now return from the prison, you're not castrated. You spend good 24 years in prison. When you see a woman, you will run. It will not end there. The parents, if they are still alive, that give birth to those children, that abandon them to grow up on their own. Can you give birth to children and you don't nurture them and instill value on them and tell them what is right and what is wrong, and the child will go out there and begin to rape women? No. So these women, these parents that are failing their duty and responsibility in raising their women, raising their children, should also be jailed for 2 years. Yes, as a deterrent. When they come back, those ones they have not really given value, they will begin to train them very well. Come on, this is what is wrong, this is what is right. If we don't do it like this, where is the fear? Now, we catch a rapist, take him to court. After 1 or 2 or 6 months, is out there working. The fear will not just be there. Take the testes away from him. That when you see a woman, he will not have an urge anymore. I begin to imagine. If you drive from here now to Selu Market, my brother, you will see almost 150 women out there. You mean as a man, you cannot see one to approach? Instead of you to go there and seek sex, this thing has to do a kind of what we call a consensus addendum between a man and a woman. When a woman agrees and you are into it, you will be happy. Why would you go out there to seek sex from a woman?
Okay.
It's a taboo.
Thank you. We'll come back to you. But let's get the thought of a clergyman, Apostle Elvis. What's your reaction to these Ms. Norm?
Talking about rape.
Rape, yes.
The Bible, God himself, and those of us that believe in the Holy Book, we are against rape.
Okay.
God himself is against rape.
Okay.
It's an evil act.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm happy because of what has happened now, a lot of folks, we have come out, so many people are speaking against it. You know, I want to say this, that it has been there. And one of the reasons why so many people, a lot of persons involved in that act is because a lot of people believe that when they do it, they can go away with it.
Okay.
For example, this problem, this issue of rape, our families are involved, our individual families.
Okay.
When sometimes an evil act called rape happens, sometimes we cover them. Because it's your brother, because it's your sister, because it's your brother is related to you. Even sometimes our top class in the society. Sometimes even when they are children, because is the son, rapes somebody, raise maybe one of the staff child, and at the end, because of their personality, they cover everything. Sometimes even the police. You notice that it's even not that the police is trying to, to rise up. Every one of us, we have to rise up to speak against it and to walk and to stand, not just talking, but stand. I think I was watching the news yesterday. I discovered that, the Senate House, has, the bill, has already passed the second stage. Every one of us must stand to defend our daughters, because. Imagine, for example, now, I remember those days when you go to police station. A lot of people, when they go to police station, they want to go and tell the police, I was raped. Sometimes even the way the police will begin to ask you questions, what were you doing there? All those kind of, derogatory, questions. Sometimes it makes people to be afraid to even come out to say, I was raped.
Stigmatization.
You got it now. That is the thing. It's an evil act. For me, I believe anybody involved in rape should be castrated.
So both of you agree, because there's actually some Nigerians who actually called for a review of the punishment to be given to rapists. And they actually advocated that rapists should be castrated. But when the issue came up in the House of Representatives, the kind of question that was asked by the speaker, that what happens to a woman who also forces a man, that now affected the proceeding on that issue in the House of Representatives. But yes, that's what my guests have said. But let's get back to Bishop Akalame. Now, rape, you have called for stiffer penalty of castration. But the issue is, how can it be stopped? Preventive measures.
Yes. When I started, in my opening speech, if you look at it, that you discover that most of the control measures were embedded in my opening speech.
Yeah, you said, but let me just quickly interject. Now, a medical doctor in the eastern part of Nigeria was arrested by the police for raping the house help. A medical doctor. Now, would you say that medical doctor was not well brought up by the parents? Somebody has gone through medical school, But when he was arrested, from what we read, the narrative we read yesterday, he said it was the influence of alcohol. That's what he said. But the police is not going to listen to that. He's going to be charged to court. Now, in Warri, only yesterday, a very popular bishop, I won't mention the name, was remanded to the correctional center. The case surely will come up. Judgment has not been passed, but it's been remanded. Because a 19-year-old girl, the mother of a 19-year-old girl, accused him of raping the daughter in the church because he asked the girl to come for deliverance. That was in Warri. We reported it yesterday. Would you say that that's a man of God? Or that's supposed to be a man of God?
Yes.
So don't you think there are other areas that we should look at? There are some people that have good standing and they're still involved in. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, I have the floor.
Yes, let me show quickly. Our apostle wants to talk. But
when you get to his turn, he will say something.
Okay.
You see, let me tell you something very important. Being a medical doctor does not mean that you have a proper upbringing.
Okay.
I have seen a situation whereby a father will say to a small son, go and buy me beer. A small son, go and buy me beer. We'll give you the money, I'll give the child a bottle. The child will go to a kiosk and buy the beer and return it back to the father. Most times we say, tell the mama to give you 2 cigars. The man, this little boy will hold one bottle of beer in one hand, hold 2 cigars in left. He will bring it to the father. Then he will be, as a grown-up child, he will be looking, what is all this is, what are they for? He will be watching his father drinking alcohol. Most times he may not empty the bottle. We still have some content inside the bottle. Then later he will say, come, go and return this bottle to Mama Joy. Then the son will not say, what is inside this bottle that my father normally enjoy like this? Let me test the remaining one. Then the child will take it and empty it. Say, wow, is it what my father used to be enjoying? You get what I'm saying right now?
Yes.
So the child, as he's growing up, will get used to alcohol. What about the cigar? Even though he cannot buy cigar, he will go and look for something similar to that. He can phone this. What is this that my father always? He will light it. He will now grow up. Then he will now begin to go to beer parlor to take alcohol. Even most times, take cigarettes. Then a time will now come when you take much of alcohol, then you are no longer in control of yourself. Just like what you said has happened to the medical doctor. A responsible man should not go to the beer parlor and overdrop yourself. Okay? At that time, you have lost your sanity. As at that time, you don't know what is wrong. As at that time, you don't even know what is right. The way you have done, you get yourself involved in what is wrong. You say, oh, it was the devil. It was the influence of alcohol. That is border dash. Then we talk about men of God. It is only God that knows who is man of God. Can you imagine now a child that was abandoned by the family in the street, who grew up in the street, who was exposed to hardship, a lot of things. he now see pastoral job as a way to earn money. Then you not call that one man of God? So you discover that those things, those negative things that he used to do in the street, he will still do them, even when he become a man of God.
No.
I'm coming.
Yes.
I'm coming. No, wait, let me tell you something.
Yes.
We have men of God. We have men of God inside men of God.
Okay, that's why I interjected.
That's what I'm saying.
Because there's what we call repentance.
God.
When you say somebody has repented,
Okay,
there's a deviation from old lifestyle.
The man of God that you said that rape that was taken to person that rape.
Yeah,
worry. Was not a man of God.
But by their fruit you shall know them.
That is what we are talking about.
Yes.
So in this situation, I still recommend that this is the first time I'm discussing something here that has nothing to do with the government.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
We are recommending to the government what they are going to do.
Yes.
Where the government is helpless is because parents, I see stand on my ground that some parents have failed in their duty, their responsibility. Not just only parents too. Even some, once a child leaves the house and go to school, you the teacher, you automatically assume the position of the parents.
That's true.
What happened in Bokolo? A lecturer in the Delta State, in the Benue State Polytechnic, Bokolo. A child was given out to you. Take care of this child. God, there are no schools in the village. Let it stay with you and go to school. Then you turn the child to a sex object. That is a lecturer. A man who is supposed to instill value has got to rape. So you not say because he's a lecturer, he's a teacher, that is refined, cannot go into rape. Depend on the background. How was he raped? How was he raised? I say I'm here now. If I stay very close to somebody that is smoking cigarettes, if I go home, I will fall sick. If I test alcohol, I will have headache. You get it right now? Because we were raised like that. We never, in fact, we were never introduced to that.
Thank you, Bishop. We'll come back to you.
So
the Apostle Elvis is itching to talk. Yes, let's get your comments.
Talking about, let me start from the bishop.
Okay, in Warri, did you hear the news? It was on Live TV News.
I got the news.
Okay.
We have men of God, we have men of God.
Oh, there's different man of God, men of God.
And there are people, there are some persons that God called. Yes. They were in the word. Okay. And when God called them, they came with the word. Okay. When you give your life to Christ, you become a new creation. Okay. Now, when you are a servant of God, and when you are just an ordinary Christian, it's a different ballgame. Okay. But a lot of persons still live a life, maybe when he was not a man of God, he was not called, there was a kind of lifestyle, his kind of belief. Okay. Even when God called him, now that he's not a man of God, he still practices those things. That's why there are many of them that still drinks. Okay. Now, let me go to the issue on ground. You said something when we started. One of the challenges we are having is that many of us parents are not living by example. I'm a father. Okay. And God's grace has blessed me with children. Yeah. Even when you come to my church, you will hardly know that these are my children. Okay. Because I make sure they grow with other children. In the church. Go and see. Even some church, you see a man of God sit down in minister seat, the child will be sitting down with him. You are already laying a wrong foundation for that child. Because that child that is not believing, having that mentality, if he grows with that mentality that, other people's children will sit the other side, I will sit with my father. And therefore, when such a child grows with that mentality, he believes that he's above every other person. Now, the reason for rape, a lot of people that indulge that evil out of rape. One, many of them believe that I can do it to you, you can't do me nothing. That you can't take me to anywhere. That even when you say it out, nobody will believe you. That's one. Then two, sometimes it can also be spiritually instigated. Okay. That's why if you notice, as a man, you have that spirit. You notice that, everything that controls a man is controlled by spirit. Okay. Now, everything that a man does, really, go and find out. There are people that does rape. Some of them, it was, they will tell you, I don't know what came over me. Now, if you notice that, as a man, that spirit is upon you. Even some father, they mess up their children. Listen, okay, I don't know if I'm permitted to say this. Yeah. As a pastor, a lady came to me, a married woman came to me some time ago. You know, he said, she came to me, I've not met her before, and she came to me and she came to explain how the husband, he's behaving behaving in a funny way to the children.
The daughters, you mean?
The daughters.
To his daughters?
To his daughters.
Okay.
Children.
Yes.
Now, I was willing to stand.
Okay.
It was okay. Even the woman came to meet me for assistance. I said, I cannot help you until you are ready to expose this man.
Okay.
You know what happened? I never saw that woman again.
She ran away.
Because something, maybe a man is telling her, I will lose my husband. Okay, is it not better you lose that marriage than the man help you to destroy the children? You get it now?
Yeah.
Now, as a man of God, I couldn't take it up because if I begin to speak, if I want to speak, maybe the woman can even deny it. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, what I'm trying to say is it has become like a normal thing. Because sometimes people that does this rape, you know, they deal with the mind of, oh, like I said when I started talking, that, oh, nobody can do me anything. Sometimes, even the police, like I said before, I said the police were even part of it. Because sometimes when you go to report a case of rape, the way they will take it.
But I think that
perception
has changed.
Yes, maybe because this one went viral. I will have to be frank. You know, are you getting me, sir? Now, talking about the doctor, the doctor that, you know, raped one of the staff. Has help. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. Yeah. A lot of bosses, bosses do that to most of their employer, even to their employer, to their staff children. Sometimes maybe it's a gate man, the gate man daughter. You know, when we talk of rape, another thing I want to say in this case is this: talking about punishment. But one thing I also want the government to do, and again, because I sat down about 2 days ago, I was just meditating concerning this rape. Yeah. If care is not taken, we are talking about, yes, I have the opinion that, there should be, a stiffer punishment. Yeah. Like castration. Okay. But before anybody will be accused of, called a rapist, there must be a thorough investigation. Okay. Because I know too, because of where we come from. Sometimes you are dating a woman. I'm married. You are dating a woman, and maybe you don't tell the lady, I'm already off. I'm not interested again. Maybe due to character-wise. Yeah. The lady can frame you up later and say, he raped me. Yeah. There are ladies that are desperate that can even do that. That's why if we are also putting on stiffer punishment, there must be thorough investigation, because there are people that can even lie against some men of God, that can lie against some doctors. That can lie, there are some people that want you. They want you to start having an affair with them. As a man, maybe you are doing well in your field of business, business. At the end, because they couldn't get you, they can also use that against you. It's happening. Some people can say 20 years ago, this man raped me, because he's looking for what to say. He wants to be popular. You get it? Therefore, even as much as we know that rape is an evil act, God hates it, we must also be careful how we go about it. Okay. So that people cannot be rubbish with that word. Because by the time you just say that man is a rapist, maybe the man is innocent. Yes. Oh, you see, that guy is a rapist. Yes. He raped me. And meanwhile, the guy is just lying. Yeah. As I being a pastor, I'm a filmmaker. I understand all these things. Okay. Anybody can be framed up. Okay. That's why there must also, the government must also put put a lot of things in place that to carry out research, to carry out not just to come out to say he raped me, because a lot of people will use it to terminate, to destroy the names of so many people.
Thank you, Apostle. We'll come back to you. We must quickly inform our viewer. We know you are enjoying this program, but today's program is an abridged version, because there will be an educational program really after this 60 Minutes Nigeria. Owing to COVID-19, so many people are home, so there will be an educational program for those at home. So do enjoy the program and bear with us. Well, let's quickly get the parting words of Bishop Akalame. Now, what's the way forward? What is the way forward as regards these menace?
The way forward is when you see something, say something.
Okay.
In Anambra State during this lockdown, we have about almost 80 cases right now when parents, a father, will sexually abuse their daughters. The wives will see this, and they will never say anything.
But some do report such cases too.
Very few.
We have read of such incidents.
Yes, very few. Yeah. Those who need God, they want to secure their marriage. They will have it as a kind of, they have altercation with their husbands. Then after that, third party will not hear about it. The man will continue. Now, if they have a son in the house that is aware of what his father is doing to their daughter, the sister, that son will grow up to become a rapist too. So we should do all this. And I want to tell the National House of Assembly that they shouldn't handle this thing with levity. They should come up with all this recommendation that we are canvassing here and outside. Okay. Bring it together so that together we can stamp out rape in our society. It's very bad. Because if you look at people who have gone through this, it's a very terrible experience that they can never come out from. That even when they are married, they can never come out of it. The experience is still there. So it is time for government to come up with a very stiffer punishments for people who are into this. When the one happened at Benin recently, well, you rape a woman and you took her life. Well, it's as bad as that. You rape a woman and you took her life.
Very inexplicable.
It's even God himself is already angry.
Very inexplicable.
So all of us have to work together. The parents too. We have to train our children very well.
I agree with you.
Yes.
Your party words, Apostle.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
I want to say this.
Yes.
The first word that we use, the way forward, is for us to repent.
Okay.
Because talking of rape, a lot of persons in high places are involved. A lot of persons, the top class, they are involved. Even among the people shouting rape is evil now, majority of them, I didn't say all, many of them are even involved. They were once involved. Some are even still involved. They are only like scared now because, oh, this thing, people are talking about it now.
Yes.
Even as we are talking, now there are some people now that are shaking in their mind. Oh, so that the other lady will not bring my name out. Because a lot of persons, a lot of top class, whether from the spiritual fold, is involved.
Okay.
Like the way forward is this. For every one of us.
Are you talking about some pastors being involved? Okay. Yes. Some pastors are involved.
Involved. I tell you. Some pastor politicians.
Okay.
Some respected bosses, businessmen, they are involved. They have done it to their staffs. I remember when I was in university those days, many years back. Yeah. Many lecturers, they forced ladies. And many of them are still alive now. Don't be surprised, they are even part of the people clamoring now to say, rape is evil.
We've seen a lecturer sentenced to prison.
I remember then there were some lecturers in my campus. Yes. I was very tough in my days of school when I was in school.
But we don't have all that time now.
Now the lady said, there's a lecturer that he always say, if I anyone.
What's the meaning of that?
In other words, this lady, these are people's daughters. Yes. When he sees some lady, say this one is if I anyone. That means it's for all. If he see you as a student following that girl, you're in trouble. He can make you have carova.
Apostle.
What am I trying to say? In that case, a lot of ladies today, even in campus, were raped by lecturers.
Thank you. I must cut in. Thank you very much, Apostle Elvis Agbonaima. You've made very wonderful contribution to the program. We've just discovered a new word now, which he has explained. He has explained the meaning of that new word. Thank you very much. Bishop Akalame, wonderful contribution. You've emphasized the need for proper upbringing. So, on that note, thanks for being a part of the program. I told you it's an abridged version. Do have a wonderful week ahead. My name is Egosa Agbolao. Bye-bye.